everybody. Welcome to Stampin' Game Night Workshop. I hope you're excited for a fabulously fun and entertaining night of stamping. All right, I am Dina Rico. I'm getting my game night lips on. I am from the Creativity Cave, and I'm so excited that you're here tonight. I hope you guys are ready for fun. As I said, Stampin' Game Night Workshop is a fun night of stamping. I'm adding 2 layers. I've got color and shimmer. Ooh, nice. We have 5 fabulously awesome projects to create tonight. We're going to play 4 games of bingo, and then we also will do a drawing for mystery stamping. So I'm very excited to have you here. Now, if you have never played game night with us, don't worry. I'm going to explain how everything works. No worries. And if you are not registered for game night, you still can get in on the fun. There is a link in the description of this video for you, and you can get registered to play with us. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna play 4 games of bingo and make 5 fabulous cards. And your registration includes all the pre-cut cardstock to make those fabulous projects, along with some fabulous goodies and the chance to win one of our prizes tonight, which are $150 shopping spree and then 4 $100 shopping sprees. Now, one of those prizes will go to the winner of our mystery stamping, which happened last night in our Facebook page. So now let me explain how game night works. It's very, very easy. It is going to be so fun. We have, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm just pulling up my game night video, which it's harder than you might think to find your own live video. My videos, yeah, I knew that was gonna do it. Playlist history. Let's see. Oh, I know. I can click on the link from my Facebook group. Seriously, it is really hard to get my my game night, my own video to come up. Okay. Here we go. I see it. Ha ha. Okay. So, sorry about that. Oh, look, we have a special visitor tonight. Look who's here. Oh, hello. Hello, Isabel. Oh, oh, goodness. Oh my gosh, you do not want to be here tonight. She says hi and possibly goodbye. Oh. She's like, stop showing me off. Say hello. Don't you love me anymore? Okay. So much for that. There. See, just be pretty. Oh. Hey. Don't you love me anymore? Oh, kisses. No affection for me left? Oh. That's all I'm going to get tonight, ladies. Thank you. Say bye-bye. Yeah. She is like, I have a really funny story to tell you about her in just a minute, but let me explain how game night works. Also, let me just wipe that kiss off my face. Okay, so how game night works is you registered with 5 numbers, and hopefully have those numbers with you. If you don't, we will go through them if you need your numbers right before we play our first game. And for what I will do is draw numbers, and if you have that number, you're going to comment B, and then I'll keep drawing numbers. If you have 2 numbers, you comment BI, 3 numbers, BIN, etc. And when you have all 5, bingo is what you're going to type, and then we'll verify your numbers, and if you're the winner, you get to claim your prize. And then you can choose whatever it is you would like for your shopping spree. You just have to email it to me, and then I will send it out to you. So it works out really well. And if you go over your amount for your winnings, you can just pay the difference. So that's no big deal. For those of you who won last month, and I still haven't asked you for the difference on your orders, it's coming. It's just been busy. My dog has really taken up a lot of my time. So yeah, it's been lovely having this sweet puppy in my life. But let me tell you, she is like a drunk toddler. She just is busy and in stuff she shouldn't be in, and she needs to be watched every minute. So let me tell you our funny story from today. So I had a couple of friends who were over today helping out with some stuff here at the cave, and we went out to lunch. I mean, the least I could do was treat lunch, right? So we went out to lunch, and when we came back, um, we have like a little playpen thing. But when she's not in the playpen, we're just playing with us, out in the basement. We took the box that the playpen came in and put it across the hallway. And so I am laughing because we came down and she saw us, and like just her cute little face was above the box. And I mean, the box is way taller than her, but she realized that if she just kind of plows right through that box because it's light, she can knock it over. She just went steamrolling right through the box. It tipped over and she was just wagging her tail and all happy, and she came to see us. So that was kind of hysterical. We were laughing so hard. And her little tail was just wagging. It was quite cute. So anyway, she's smart. Like, she's really figuring out some things. So I think we are going to have to stay ahead of her. Okay, now, yes, Andy is still working at home. Thank goodness. All right. If you would like to register, you still can. There is a link to register in the description of this video. So if you click, like, there's a little arrow button or see more, you can register. You do need to be in the US to register because I can only send packets to US addresses, which is a Stampin' Up rule. I'm grabbing my bingo number, so hold on. They're right here on my shelf. Okay. So that is how bingo works. Like I said, we're going to make our projects, and we'll play a game of bingo in between each card. So it's going to be awesome. If you have never played with us, don't worry, it will all make sense. What does my shirt say? It says good vibes. Wow, I look a little chesty there. I don't like the wide angle lens on my my phone because it just makes things that are already too big seem bigger, like my boobs and my butt. You're welcome. Okay. Anyway, we'll see if I can use my bamboozled voice for tonight's game. Now, I do have more packets available, and I would love for those packets to have a fabulous trip to your home so that you can create projects with them. And don't worry if you don't have the stamps that I'm using tonight. You can either add them to your registration and I'll send you a bill, or you can substitute other stamps that you might have at home that will work just fine to create these projects. So enjoy the projects, even if you don't have the stamp sets, that's okay. So I'm just making sure I've got all my stuff. Now, if you do want to register right now, and we would love to have you, will you just comment the numbers you chose so that I can write it down while we're playing? Okay, so I'm gonna flip my camera around and we're gonna get started because this is gonna be fun. Also, I got up with Izzy at 6 a.m. and I haven't stopped since, so we gotta get going while I'm still coherent, right? Okay, so I'm gonna flip my camera. Here we go. I'm telling you, this dog, she actually is doing pretty good in the sleeping department. I think she I think she slept from 9 until about 6 or 6:15 today. So that's a pretty good stretch. I can handle that. Of course, I didn't fall asleep at 9 o'clock last night like I should have, but oh well. And I do have me some Diet Coke. Don't you worry, Debbie. A good sip. Now there's not even any rum in it. If there was, I would be asleep. Okay. So now you're going to receive in the mail this game night packet. It's going to ship out tomorrow. And inside your packet, there's all kinds of fabulous stuff. I did do a little preview of it yesterday morning. Oh, the other thing, don't forget, you want to make sure that, yes, Nicole, I actually printed the numbers like 10 minutes before I went live. So I've got your numbers, no worries. You are going to, oh shoot, what was I just saying? Oh, if you are not already, make sure you're logged into your YouTube account so that you can comment. If you're not, make sure you do. Also, if you feel like there's a lag in the video between what you're hearing and what you're seeing, I recommend getting out of YouTube and then coming back into it, and that often takes care of it. And then the other thing is to make sure to have live chat showing on your screen, not the other way around. Okay, I'll show you what I mean by that, because here's my iPad. By the way, it's really freaky looking at myself on here. And where's the chat? Usually I can see the chat. Oh, open app, that's why. There we go. So you can see I have live chat right here. Okay, skip the ads. There we go. Okay, so that is how this works. All right, so I can see you. Now, I will call out if I see a winner. I will call out and then we'll verify. If you already saw somebody called bingo, don't worry. Still call bingo if you have it, because A, sometimes they don't have it, and B, sometimes the if they do, if their bingo was good, I do still have consolation prizes. So yeah. Okay. So, okay. Let's see. Somebody just asked if I have their numbers, and I'm pretty sure I do, Carolyn. Yes, I do. So, yep, you're good. I literally printed them right before I went live. So, okay, so now in our packet, we have a Wink of Stella. Oh, you can never have enough of those. I always love having Wink of Stella. We've got some red rhinestones, a half a roll of our glittered organdy ribbon, which is fabulous. There's a couple die cut pieces. We'll be using these on our cards. A little note for you. This first piece is, I believe it's scrap. One, let me make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is scrap white. So that's good. And then we've got all the pieces for the projects, okay? You also have in your packet some window sheets. There's little tissue paper kind of in between. You've got some silver foil sheets. You've got some DSP. This is the Heartwarming Hugs DSP. And then you also have some of the, I think this is Harvest Meadow is the name of this DSP. So all kinds of fabulous goodies in your packet. So I always say, even if you're watching this later and you still want to get in, you can totally just enjoy the packet, and it's a great value. I'm laughing because as my assistants were putting these together, they said, how did people, well, they said, if the word gets out on this, we're going to have to make a lot more of these packets, which kind of made me giggle. But it's true. I really do try to put as much in here as I can. So, okay, I see a couple people just registered, so thank you. Lee Ann. RODRIGUE.
I don't want to spell this wrong. No, G-U-E-Z. U-E-Z. I think that's what I have. Okay, 3, 5, 11, 17, 21. And then Debbie Pot, which, or no, Debbie. It's not Debbie. Goodness, Jackie. And I still am giggling that my dog was just so not interested in seeing me. Okay, and then yes, Jan, I got your numbers. You're good. Mary Jo, you need to change a number. That's no problem. We'll take care of that. S 26 you wanted. 24, no problem. And somebody emailed me about that. Their last name started with R. Laura Roderick. I got your number changed too, so no problem. Okay. Terry says your live chat is under the video, not on the side like yours is. How do I change that? I don't know the answer to that question. I'm on an iPad, so that could be why. I don't know though. I think like on my phone, it's just scrolling, and it might be whether you have yours vertical or horizontal. That might change with it too. Tammy, you need to take off a number. No problem. She got so excited, she gave me 6 numbers. So you wanted to take off the 24. Okay, no problem. Thank you all. Okay, now we're going to Randy, we'll go through your, okay, so I'm going to make my first card. If you have any number questions, we will go ahead and answer them once we finish this first card, okay? All right, so our first card is going to feature the Sweets and Treats stamp set, which is just such a cutie patootie. I love this because it's both kind of the fall holidays, but then this cupcake is perfect for birthdays, Valentine's Day. So it's really kind of a versatile stamp set. And we're going to make a super cute card with it, as I'm a little bit panicked because I don't see my samples. I suppose I know them from heart, but gosh, it would be easier to have them right here next to me. Ooh. Oh my gosh, they're right in front of me. Seriously. I don't know how I get by. Okay, so our first card, we're going to need some of our papers from our paper pack. So I'm going to start with our heartwarming hugs. And this one you can kind of choose whatever you would like. So we've got several patterns. I definitely want this piece of the polka dots. And I want more of a red pattern for the other one. So I guess I could do either stripes. This piece would work pretty nicely as well. Or this piece. Let me just double check. Or you know what? I really love this pattern too. I think I'm going to go with this pattern and this pattern. But the nice thing about this is you can kind of play around and choose whatever works nicely for you. Now, what I want to do with this is take and cut my DSP. And honestly, what I think is kind of the easiest thing to do is I'm going to cut both of these pieces at 4 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to cut my diagonal one at 3 inches. Or let's see, let me double check that. The old cut one, measure twice, cut once, right? And I'm glad I did because it's 3.5 inches that we want. By the way, when you register for game night, you will get a PDF with all of the dimensions and everything so that when your packet arrives, you will know, what to cut each piece. Okay, so then this piece we're going to cut at 1 3/4 by 4. Okay, so we've got 3.5 and 1 3/4 by 4. inches. All right, now you also have a piece of white. This is going to go on the inside of the card. You've got a little piece of mossy meadow, a little piece of red, and then your card base, which is mossy meadow. So we want to fold this. I love to give my cards a good burnish with my bone folder. And then what I want to do is attach my piece of DSP with the stripes on here up top. Okay. And I love this Heartwarming Hugs DSP, by the way. It is so cute. And I'm going to give this a pretty decent amount of adhesive because we're actually going to cut through this layer. Okay. So what I'm going to do is open this up. The opening it up is important. And then I'm going to take the dies that came in the classic cloche bundle, and we're going to die cut that kind of, I guess this is a cloche. I don't even know the terminology. I feel a little bad about that. Not super bad, but a little bad that I don't know the terminology. Anyway, I'm going to put this on here and run it through my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. I like to hold it in place with a Post-it note so it doesn't move on me, because there is just nothing more frustrating than when that happens. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to take this piece and run it through my machine. I'll be right back. So we're literally creating a window in our card. Okay, I see a couple people saying they just registered. Just comment your numbers in a minute when we go to play bingo for the first time, because since I'm making my card, I don't want to miss them. Okay, so I'm going to pop this off, and then I've got these pieces. I can use this on something later on. But now I have a window in my card. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, so love that. All right, now let's continue on. So that second piece of DSP, I'm going to adhere to the bottom, and you might have a little overlap or you might not. It just kind of depends. Okay, and then this piece is to kind of cover up that overlap so it looks nice. I'm going to put it on in a minute, though. I'm not going to do it quite yet. Okay, now our white piece is going to go on the inside of our card like this. Okay, and this is going to kind of create our window for what we're going to do. You can go ahead and adhere this to the inside of your card, or you can wait, and you might want to wait because we'll stamp on this, and then if you mess up, you can flip it over and try again, because no one will know if the back side is not perfect. Okay, I'm going to set this part aside, and we're going to do our stamping. Now you have these two labels. This is from the scalloped, oh dear, scalloped contour. That's the one that goes with color and contour. There's a bunch of rectangles. Contour, rectangle, contour, I don't know. Well, anyway, that set of dies. I'll know it in my PDF. And then this one is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. The one with the smaller scallops we're going to use on a different card. So set that one aside. We want this one for this card. Now I also have this little piece of red, and this is actually going to go behind this so that all the little dots are red on here. Isn't that just like stupid cute? I love it when stuff is stupid cute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take and stamp on this label. So one of the things that I love about this stamp set is there's really cute little sentiments. So it says, any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you. So we're going to use that sentiment. And I need to get my stamps out here. We're also going to take this thing, which I believe this to be a fruit cake. Who knows? And then we've also got our little apple pie, which looks delicious. And we're going to color those in. Now, the fun thing about this is you can certainly change up and use whatever images out of this set you would like. So if you don't want apple pie, you don't have to. That's something very American Thanksgiving-y. but again, it's up to you. Okay. And then we've got our fruitcake. So, oh yeah, Christmas pudding. That is definitely true. I actually was in, my mother-in-law used to live in the UK, and she would talk about puddings, and I was always so confused because I thought it was pudding, but it's not. It's like dessert. And let me tell you, what they called Christmas pudding is not what I would call pudding. It's like spice, it's like this. It's like spice cake, and not my favorite. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Mossy Meadow and stamp my sentiment on here. Okay, so that's cute. Ooh, you like it, Jan. Yummy, huh? I'm not a fan of those things. I did try some while we were there, and it just was like, not my favorite. Okay. But they did have other things that I liked. So, okay, that's on there. Now this is bugging me because it's just like a teeny tiny, eeny weeny, teeny little bit long. So we're just gonna cut this off. By the way, this is tonight's kind of putsy card. I will just forewarn you. The rest of them aren't nearly as challenging. I don't want to say challenging because that's not challenging, but whatever. Okay, now remember at the beginning we had that scrap sheet of white that I said to set aside. And I know I set aside mine, but I don't remember where I put it. In typical Dina fashion, here it is. So we're going to take and stamp on that. So we're done with this piece. We'll set that aside. We're going to take and stamp both of these. Now, I want to stamp these on my Memento black ink on my scrap paper because we're going to stamp both of these and then color them with our Stampin' Blends. Now, if you don't have Stampin' Blends, you can color these however you would like. That might mean you might change the ink that you're using to do so. So, for instance, I chose Memento Black because that's the ink we're going to use for coloring with blends. But like I said, if you don't have blends, you can color them with whatever works for you. So I'm going to be using my Cinnamon Cider blends, my Old Olive blends, my Cherry Cobbler blends, and my Real Red blends, and finally my Daffodil Delight blends to color these two little images. And I think I'm also going to use my ivory. Actually, maybe I used ivory and bronze. I can't remember. So we'll figure this out here in just a second. Don't you hate it when you make a sample and you can't remember if you used cinnamon or bronze? Not good. So that's when, oh yeah, that's cinnamon. That's when I like to try them out. I like to scribble just a little bit to kind of see the colors. Okay, so I did use cinnamon, not, this is bronze, but I think the top of my pie must have been ivory. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with our apple pie, and I'm just going to color this with my ivory Stampin' Blend. And we're not really doing any blending on this because we're just coloring it with one color. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to take the pie tin and color that in with my Real Red blends. And for that, I'm going to do dark on the bottom and kind of on the along the side here. Okay, there's somebody outside mowing. And I hate to admit it, but I think it might just be my husband. I don't know. Usually only my neighbors are really crazy about mowing at weird hours. It's totally dark out right now. But it could be my husband. I tell ya, why on earth he's mowing right now is beyond me. Oh, it is supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to color this in, blending with the red. And that looks fantastic. Good enough to eat. And then I'm going to take the dark cinnamon cider and do this kind of golden crust here. So yummy. Why mowing in the dark? I just don't understand. Oh, Jan, you're from the UK. Oh, nice. I loved visiting. It was very fun. Oh, the topping would be brandy custard. At least in your house it was. Oh, that's so awesome. Gloria asked, can you come back to this tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so now I'm going to color this piece. So on here, I'm going to do the holly berries in my cherry cobbler. You can certainly do them in real red, but I just love the kind of vibrant, deep red of the cherry cobbler, so that's why I chose that. And I'll do it with the light and the dark. Well, it's pretty small. You might not really see the blend effect. I'm going to do the holly in my old olive, of course. So we'll do a little bit of the dark and then blend it out with the light. And then, so this I would call a fruit cake for those in the US, or a Christmas pudding for those in the UK. And so we're going to color it as such. It's kind of just like a really heavy spice cake with weird stuff on the inside. And that is the way I describe it because I don't like it. Now I'm going to leave the top of this white because it's like frosting, right? Or that's at least how it's going to be in ours. So then what I'm going to do is take and color in the cakey part. Okay, so that we're going to use our light cinnamon cider for the background of this cakey part. And then we're going to color kind of these little pieces, different colors. And I don't know, those are like jelly things, or maybe they're fruit, like probably cranberries, or I don't know. Like, what are the green and yellow ones? I don't know. Again, I don't like this, but I do like the stamp. That's the funny part about all this. In the US, I kind of feel like fruitcake is something you give to somebody who you don't really like, or maybe even it's a white elephant gift. Do you guys feel like that's the case? Or do you guys like fruitcake? Like, tell me in the comments. We know that Jan likes it, but she's like, it sounds to me like Jan's British, so that makes sense. What's the place, Jan? I'm sure you would know this. It's like two names. It's something and something, and it's like the kind of really old fancy store in London. Not Harrods, but it's something and something. I went there when I was visiting, and it was really cool. And they had these. You guys are liking my comments. You like it, but it's definitely a gag gift. Anne likes fruitcake. Susan doesn't waste her money on it. Julie doesn't like it. You love them loaded with rum. I see how it is, Rose. Marks and Spencer. No, it's fancier than that. It's very, 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 very British. And I think it might have been like the first British department store too. It's something snooty and snooty. I say that, but that's not true. It's like maybe something, no, not Crown, but I don't know. No, not Lord and Taylor. Not Harrods. It's something and something. But I do have a funny Harrods story. It's very British, like really British. So anyway, okay. So now I'm gonna do this. It's like a T and a C, I think. It's not Mark and Spencer's. Nope. It's I have a tea bag, like it's silver, like silver. Fordham and Mason, that's it. Thank you. Good job. It was F and T. I was thinking it was, or F and T and whatever. But yes, Fordham and Mason, we went there. They had this. And it was expensive too, if I recall. Okay. So we're gonna color this. And we're gonna do a couple of these. Oops, I want my other end. A couple of these in yellow. I don't know what the yellow ones are. I really thought that there was a C in the name. Okay, well, maybe one more over here. Then we're gonna do some in green. I don't know what the green ones are either. It's weird stuff. Ooh, I didn't want the dark though. I wanted my light. Sorry. Change my mind. And then we'll do the rest in red. And I want to say these are like the cranberry-ish things. But honestly, I have no idea what they are. It's the fruit in fruitcake. I don't know. Okay. You're welcome for my interesting views on this. Okay, so while we're fussy cutting this, I got to tell you my Harrods story. So this was my first trip to London, and I was visiting my mother-in-law, and this was like my first solo trip I've ever been on anywhere. Like, and then of course we were in the UK, so I flew internationally all by myself. I was really proud of that. Anyway, so first day there, so we are doing the serious touristy things. We go to Harrods, and we're also going to some place pretty fancy for high tea, which is a whole thing. And it's not just tea, it's like tea and a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, so we go to Harrods and we're walking around and we're like, oh my gosh, the dresses here are like $5,000. That's crazy. So it's so crazy to see all these like really high fashion stuff, and like the Manolo Blahniks and all of this fancy stuff that is, so out of my league. And all of a sudden we turn the corner in the women's department, and there, not quite as large as I would have thought in life, is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like the Terminator is in Harrods in the women's section, and he's got 2 bodyguards. And like we were there pretty much right when they opened, so it wasn't very busy yet. And he's just sitting there. It looked like, a husband or a boyfriend or whatever waiting. And this was like right after he broke up with Maria Shriver. So like it had been in the news and whatnot. And there he is. And we're like, oh my gosh. So we're kind of geeking out that we're seeing the Terminator. And now this is right when I was starting to kind of build my business online. So I was doing a lot of stuff on social media. I was doing lives. And also, as many of you know, I am quite the connoisseur of selfies. So I really wanted to take a selfie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, who wouldn't? But I was with my mother-in-law, who is the dean of King's College Dental School and like has this fancy job. And I'm in her town visiting for the first time. And I don't want to be that crazy obnoxious American girl who takes pictures. And so I kind of giggle and say, oh, I want to take a selfie with them. And she goes, oh, you should. And then I chickened out. I didn't want to be like so annoying and obnoxious. Like a fan, because I wasn't really a fan. Like, I just recognized him, and he was like my celebrity sighting, first day in London, and I've already seen a celebrity. Like, how cool. I was positive that I was going to meet William and Kate, but it didn't actually happen. Anyway, so I saw him, and we just said hi. He's boom, larger than life. He was with bodyguards, which was kind of funny. I'm like, the Terminator needs bodyguards, okay. But he didn't really say anything except hi to us. He was very pleasant and whatever. But I just really regretted not asking him for a selfie. But we did a little sleuthing, as you would probably expect me to do, right? So I got a picture of him later, like on the down low, which is it a little stalkery? I suppose maybe, but it was just him walking through the women's shoe department. And so I was proud of it. It really was pretty funny. So I just had to giggle about how my first day in London, I met the Terminator, an American celebrity in London. Well, I guess he's Austrian technically, but he's American in that, well, geez, he was governor of California, which is kind of funny. Anyway, so that's my celebrity story. I think that's about the only celebrity I've ever really met. But it makes for a good story. And I do have a picture of that. I should see if I can find it somewhere because this is many years ago, like, well, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 8 years ago now. I don't know. Okay, so there is my fruit cake, Christmas pudding. And then I'm going to put in, oh, where's that piece? Remember we had this piece of cardstock. And by the way, I promise not all the cards are going to take this long. All right, so we're going to kind of put this on right here just to kind of cover that border up. I just think it makes the card look a little more finished and polished and nice. And then I'm going to pop this pie up. So we've got like a dessert smorgasbord going. Ooh, apple pie sounds really good. Actually, my friend Kelly is here and she said she brought us apple crisp. How awesome is that? I think I'm going to need to go get some Cool Whip to go with that, or ice cream, something. Okay, so I'm going to set this kind of right here. Got to make sure my, ooh, I might need to move my dimensional down because I don't want to inadvertently close my window permanently. That would be bad, right? So we'll put our dimensionals way down at the bottom. Set that right on here. Oh, I need to actually put it up a little higher. What is wrong with me? I'm all flustered from my Terminator story, I guess. There we go. Oh, card still opens. What a joy. All right. And then last but not least, oh boy, and I forgot that this was not attached. So now it's crooked. Oh, goodness. I'm all out of sorts. Oh. Message retracted means somebody posted something and then deleted it. That happens sometimes. Maybe they didn't want to, or maybe they said something they didn't mean to. I don't know why it's happening, but okay, we'll just pretend that did not happen in my card. All right, now let's put this down. I said to wait till you would hear it because we are going to stamp a little sentiment inside here. But we also have our sentiment here. So I'll pop this one up as well. And we're going to, like I said, boom, we're going to add our sentiment on the inside of our card in just a moment. So there's a bunch of fun little sentiments. So it says, any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you. A tasty treat for someone. Sweet would be fun. Bring on Christmas would be fun. Like this to me is kind of a Thanksgiving-y thing. And then bring on Christmas is kind of fun because that's next. A tasty treat for someone sweet would be great, especially if you're giving them a gift of something handmade. And then if you don't like any of those, you can go to this set and there's a couple sayings in here. There's also some sayings in our other stamp set. So I think I'm actually going to send, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the tasty treat one, I think. So I don't know, I'm really debating. I don't know what my issue is. Okay, so we'll stamp this right here. So there we go. Isn't that adorable? Okay, now we're going to embellish. You've got those red rhinestones in your packet. So let's take one of those and we're just going to add it to our little pudding, our fruit cake, and just stick it right there. Oh, so cute. Okay, so there we go. Oh, how about when we were in Hawaii? That's true. I did have a celebrity sighting in Hawaii. How could I have forgotten that? That's funny. Thank you for reminding me of that. Okay. So dang cute, isn't it? Ah, I love this one. All right, so that was our first card, and that means it's time to play bingo. So if you have your numbers, get them out. If you're not registered, oh, for goodness sakes, do it really quick. If you did register since I started my live, we're going to go through your numbers. And if you forgot your numbers, I will help you. Okay, so let me pull my numbers out. All right, and I know I had a couple people who said they registered, but that was a long time ago, and I'm going to have to look and see if I can find them. Let's see. It was before the fruitcake. Okay. Deanna, I see you registered. I'll get that down. Ooh, shoot, where did it go? Okay. RABI 3, 4, 13, 21, 24. Mary Ann was 11, 5, 20, 13, and 1. Got it. Is there anybody else? Jackie, I think I got yours. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so our first game. Oh, Monica, gotcha. Alrighty. So, does anybody need their numbers? Randy needs hers. Randy. How do you spell your last name? Randy, you are 2, 10, 20, 11, and 20. So you picked 20 twice. I don't know about you, but I would highly recommend choosing a different number for 20. So comment what you would like for your different number. And Anna is, or somebody's asking if Kelly is with me. It is my friend Kelly McCauley, not my friend Kelly Atchison. My friend Kelly Atchison she's probably in Salt Lake right about now, getting picked up at the airport by a driver. So, yeah. So that's kind of exciting. She's on her $1 million trip. So we are so excited for her. Okay, so we've got Randy's number of 6. Awesome. Thank you. Anybody else need their numbers? I'm not seeing it, so holler if you do. Otherwise, we're going to start playing bingo. All right, here we go. Our first number is 23. Our next number is 11. Our next number is 16. I know. So our friend Barb, she lives in Wyoming, as many of you know. She texted us. She was out without power for most of the day, and they have a foot of snow. Like, it's October. Today is the 12th. A foot of snow, you guys. Okay. 9. Crazy. I see some bees. B. 4. Ooh, Bonnie's got BI. Mary Ellen's got BI. Jan's got BI. So exciting. Also, somebody asked me a question. I think it was Mary. She asked about some add-on items. I sent you an invoice for those, Mary. So that those add-ons were billed separately. That's a Stampin' Up rule. When I post the link publicly, I can't put stamp sets or bundles on there. You have to pay for them separately. That's just a Stampin' Up rule. Okay, ready? 25. And Jan already has BING. Like, wow. Good job, Jan. Okay, next up, 19. Okay, now people are saying that why are they commenting with letters? I recommend you go out of or of YouTube and then log back in to get kind of synced up. That's probably what's going on. Also, if you're on Wi-Fi and your Wi-Fi is not going very well, I recommend maybe either using your cellular data if you have unlimited data only, because sometimes that might be it. If you can log into a computer that is like hardwired to your internet, not your Wi-Fi, but like literally plugged into the internet, that is going to give you the best, most accurate signal. Move the red line at the bottom all the way to the right. Oh, yeah, maybe you're not on there. So, okay. All right, so the numbers, you guys should be able to see them. 23, 11, 16, 9, 4, 25, 19. Okay, and 12 is our next number. Yes, I do have Marianne's numbers. Ah, Marianne's, it's now working. Great. That's good to know. Janice has BING. Okay, 6 is our next number. Okay, here we go. 7. Okay. Next, 3. All right. Ooh, Angela has BING. Carolyn has BING. Cindy has BING. Nicole has BING. Oh my gosh, are you guys ready for the next number? It is lucky 13. Let's see what's happening. I see a winner. All right. I see Cindy. So we're going to verify Cindy's number. If you have a bingo, of course, still type it because we got to make sure Cindy is legit. So she had 3, 7, 13, 19, and 23. She looks good. Okay, Cindy, now you have a really difficult decision to make. Do you want the $150 shopping spree or the $100 shopping spree? It's up to you. You let me know. So congratulations. Don't forget, let me know which prize you want, and we will write it down. Okay. You did want the 150. Great choice, Cindy. Congratulations. All right. So, Miss Cindy, you can email me your choices. You can take the host benefits with that $150 workshop. And if you want to go over that amount, that's fine. You can just pay the difference. So no big deal. Okay, so that means it's time to make our second card. And this one is a cutie patootie, you guys. You're going to love this card. I think you are anyway. Okay, so we've got our next few pieces of cardstock from our packet. And we are going to make an adorable little card for a birthday. So I'm going to start by folding my white card base in half. So we've got thick white. Y'all know I love using thick white for my card bases. Many times I love white cards. And I just love the clean, crisp look of a white card base. Plus, it's really nice because when you're on the inside, it's easy to to stamp on. Okay, then we've got a piece of Coastal Cabana, of course, the color that lets us know God loves us. And then you've also got a piece of the polished pink cardstock. Now we're going to start with the polished pink piece, and we're going to do a little random stamping with some cupcakes on this piece, just to kind of create a little background. Okay, and let me just going to bring in my trusty old grid paper, since I'm going to stamp off the edges of my piece of cardstock here. So I'm just going to stamp these randomly on here to create a little background. And this card is just so fun, and you can switch up the colors for, you know, different recipients. Or like, this would also make a fun graduation card, honestly, if they were graduating, you know, with school colors or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take my clear Wink Stella, and I'm going to color on the frosting of each of these little cupcakes in my background. And let me just tell you a little something about Wink Stella that will save you a lot of heartache, especially if you've never used this. When you open up your package, this is just something that's going to make you kind of giggle. There's this little black ring on here. You're going to take that out and then screw everything together. This kind of keeps it from drying out in the package. So remove that. That's in the directions, but sometimes people miss that. So I just thought I'd point that out for you. You're welcome. Okay. So I've kind of colored in a little shimmer on all of the cupcakes. All right, now this is a really important step for you. Don't forget this part. You want to clean this stamp because we're going to stamp it in black next, so we can color it. Okay, now remember, we've got that piece of white cardstock. That was our scrap, so we're going to use that again. And we're going to take and do a little bit of stamping. So our first thing we're going to do is stamp this. And is that going to fit on here? Oh gosh, it's going to. That makes me so happy. Okay, so we're going to stamp that in black. All right. We're also we're also going to take, and we're going to switch blacks for a second. You've got that silver paper in your packet, and you can use any of these pieces, but I would kind of use this silver one, just saying. Okay, and this time we're going to stamp something, but we're going to stamp it in Stays On. Now, if you're thinking, what the heck, why is she using two different blacks? I can tell you that very clearly as to why I'm using two blacks. So first off, I'm going to stamp this one in Stays on this paper because it's coated. And the Memento ink is never, ever going to dry on here. I mean, maybe if like there was a global catastrophe where the temperature spiked at like 500 degrees, but let's be honest, would your card really make it through that? Probably not. That's the only time it's going to dry. But Stays On is the kind of ink that will dry on this coated surface. Okay, so this is going to dry here in just a second. It may be dry already, but we don't want to push our luck. Okay, so then I'm going to die cut this piece out. I think I can. I think there's a die for this, but maybe there's not. Oh, no, there's not. We're going to fussy cut that piece out. And then we're also going to cut, I think this piece cuts out. Is that right? Yes. We're going to cut this out. Now this is going to put a little knob at the top, and there's not a stamp for that, but that's okay because we're actually going to cover that up with some ribbon. So no worries there. All right. So once again, I'm going to use my Post-it to kind of keep this in place. Okay. And then we're also going to die cut it a second time. So I'm going to do the white piece. Then I'm also going to take one of my pieces of window sheets. You can take the backing off, and we're going to die cut one of these cloche things. I think that's what they are. We're going to die cut that separately out of our window sheet. Okay, so I'm going to run these through quick. Okay, so there's our stamped one. And then really quick, I'm going to do my, and actually I'm going to give you a little tip. I'm going to take and just cut this out. And here's why. I don't really want to run my window sheet through my my machine because it's going to put dents in these. Okay. And to protect the rest of my window sheet, I'm not going to put the whole thing. So that's why I just cut this a little bigger than what my die cut shape is. Okay. Another thing you can do to protect it is put typing paper or that little tissue paper. And listen to that. It sounds horrible. I don't know if you guys could hear the cracks of that. It sounds like you're breaking your machine, but don't worry, you're not. Okay, and then this pops out of that. And it looks fabulous. You can see right through it. Okay, so there's this. So we're going to line these two pieces up here in just a minute, okay? All right. Now, next up, we're going to do some stamping on this adorable piece, and we're going to fussy cut this piece out. I was thinking there was a die for this for some reason, but there's not. But this is pretty easy to cut out. I mean, I'm thinking maybe this is just a step up from our kindergarten cutting skills, right? And we set it aside long enough that this did dry, so that's good news. I love kind of the different textures and shininess of this. And whenever you use metallic paper, it just makes your card extra fancy. And of course, the window sheets are really fun too. And and then the other thing is, so this classic cloche comes with, or you can get little domes that work with them. But the domes cost a lot more to mail. So I don't like using them, to be honest. So anyway, okay, so there we go. So cute. That'll fit right on there like that. Okay, now this time we're going to stamp a couple of cupcakes. Remember, we cleaned our stamp off, and we're going to come back with the Memento ink. So Memento ink is for Stampin' Blends, and Stays On ink is for something like this, non-porous. Now somebody's talking about, let's see. Let me do my stamping real quick. So I'm going to stamp 2 of these on here. So I want to make sure they're pretty close together so that I can fit them both in. And then I'm going to close up my ink pad because I think I'm done with my black at this point. And then above here, we had that tasty treat. We used that on the last card. We're going to use that again, but we want to make sure and clean our stamp because that had some Mossy Meadow ink on it. And we sure don't want that on this cutie patootie card. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up in my polished pink and stamp that on. Now, don't you think a little girl would just go crazy over this? I do. Okay, so I'm going to take and color my cupcake liners in with some Pool Party. So I'll do kind of the darker color and then we'll blend it out to the lighter. And then we'll color our icing with our polished pink blend. I love coloring with Stampin' Blends too. They just have such vibrant colors with them. Now, if you're going to use a different method of coloring, like for instance, watercolor pencils, if you don't blend them, you can stamp with our Memento ink. If you are going to do something with a blender pen, not Stampin' Blends, but that clear blender pen that looks like our Stampin' Write markers, that one, that you are going to want to stamp with StazOn so that it doesn't smear when you use the water to color it, okay? All right, so my polished pink blends. We're going to do a little bit of the darker color, and I like to kind of just do part of the swirl on each of these. Okay, and then I think, let me test this quick. We might use our ivory for the cupcake itself. It's so light. I think that will work. So that's just like the cake of the cupcake. You could probably also use light Daffodil Delight. That would be like yellow sponge cake. That would be cute too. All right, and then we're going to blend this out with our light polished pink. And in case you were wondering, well, yes, we're going to completely color the icing of these with our Clear Wink Stella. I mean, obviously. Of course. Okay. Now, we're coming to a point at which things get optional. You can choose to do this next thing or not. All right, so I'm going to put the top on here. Okay, so it kind of really makes it look like a glass dome, which is pretty fun. But let's put together our card. Now, this next thing I said was optional. I'm going to take and emboss this panel with one of my embossing folders. You can use whatever, but hold on. I'm going to use my Tasteful Textile folder because it's just kind of a basic design. Okay, now, okay. I'm going to attach this piece that we stamped right across here. And we'll put it kind of towards the bottom, because then what we're going to do is pop up our cake stand on top. And I'm going to take my dimensional sheet. And by the way, I have made quite a mess already this evening. Of course, that's kind of how I roll. And I'll take a good long piece of the edge and put that on here at the bottom. And then a couple, well, I guess probably only one dot is necessary. So we'll pop this up, and then we'll pop our other piece up on top of that, like so. Oh, I gotta put my Clear Wink Stella on here. I love Clear Wink Stella. There's just so many things you can do with it. It's really the best. Okay, so we got that. I saw somebody say put cherries on top for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That is definitely an option. I don't have cherries handy, but you know, you could take and put some of our rhinestones on there, I guess, if you wanted. That is definitely an option. Okay, so we've got this on here. Now, I don't have this attached quite yet. So here's where you can kind of change things up if you want. Well, actually, the embossing was optional. And then the other thing that's optional is we're going to put this on. I just have one glue dot on that top little thingy. So you don't really notice it. Okay, but here's the optional part. So you've got this glitter ribbon. And on the glitter ribbon, you can color this with your Stampin' Blends if you want. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make a little bow. So I'm gonna tie the bow. Okay, roughly I will need this much ribbon. I'll untie the bow and I'm going to color this. And you can color with light or dark. Actually, I think I'm going to dark. Okay, and you're going to want to use the brush end of your Stampin' Blends, and you can color your ribbon, and it will do both sides just fine. You want, of course, paper underneath. So you can color that ribbon and make it whatever color you want. Now, I would recommend probably not coloring a ton of this ribbon. It's not that I suppose after many, like if you did the whole roll, you might really kind of tear up your Stampin' Blend. But for like one or two of these, you're going to be fine. Now notice I did get quite a bit of ink on here, and it's not quite, I can still feel that it's a little bit wet. Usually it dries really quickly, but okay. So now what I'm going to do is tie this back in my bow. So I tied the first one just for the measurement purposes. And then I'm going to tie this into my bow, kind of get it all the way I want it. Da, da, da. Oh, come on. I lost my loop. There we go. And I just kind of go back and forth till I get the size bow that makes me happy. Like that. Oh, goodness. This one is being a stinker. Kind of like my dog. Okay, there we go. So I've got that. We'll trim off the ends like so, and then we're going to attach this to the top of our cloche. By the way, does anybody think that is like the weirdest name ever for whatever this thing is? Like, why wouldn't you call it a dome or something? I don't know. It's so odd. By the way, if you're watching, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. That would just rock my world. Okay, look at how cute that is. All right. Now we're going to take and adhere this to our card base. Easy peasy. Like so. And then, of course, we got to put happy birthday on the inside, because that's just so dang cute. And I love the font of this happy birthday, by the way. So we'll do that, of course, in some pink. And you could even take and clean this once more, because we got it dirty with the black. Okay, we're going to clean this quick. And then stamp this. We're going to stamp off the first layer and then do a lighter one right over the top of that happy birthday. So, okay. Ooh, cloche is the French word for a bell. Okay, well, that makes sense. I just think it sounds weird. I thought it would be like cloche. That sounds fancier. Okay, now one more thing that we're going to do is actually decorate this with a couple of our gems. There we go. There's my take your pick tool. So I'm going to just pick up a few of these and put them on here like so, like that. And if that is not just the cutest, sweetest little birthday card, I don't know what is. All right, so that's our first card, or second card, which means it is time to play another game of bingo. All right, so Everybody pull your numbers out. It's time to play bingo. All right, let me close my ink pad up. All right, so I'll do the first few numbers quickly, and then we will, ooh, goodness, my numbers started flying. Can't have that. Okay, 21, 19, 25, 1, 6. All right. Okay, 15. See lots of B's. 16. All right, 14. We're getting kind of a good mix of numbers here. All right, I got, some BINs. Okay, next is 2. Oh, look, 1, 2. Ooh, more BINs. All right, next number 5. Ooh, Mary's got BING. Mary does well with bingo, not gonna lie. She has won before. All right. Next number, 18. Ooh, Wendy's got BING. Dolores has BING. All right. Our next number is 20. Ooh, Debbie's got BING. All right, here we go. Anne's got BING. Linda's got BING. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Barbara's got BING. Oh my gosh, here comes our next number. It is 23. Do we have a winner? Oh my gosh, more people have BINGs. Barbara has potentially bingo, but I'm not sure because she spelled a few extra letters. I think she was excited. All right, Miss Barbara. Ooh, Wilma has bingo too. I saw Barbara first. Okay, so let's take a look at Barbara, and then Wilma might be our runner-up. So let's double check. So Miss Barbara, she had 2. 20, 23, 18, and 5. All right, you're good to go, Miss Barbara. All right, and the other one was Wilma. Let's double check Wilma. She had 2, 5, 6, 15, and 25. Okay, so Wilma, I've got a consolation prize for you. So Barbara P, and then consolation is Wilma K. Awesome. Congratulations, ladies. Were there any more bingos? I didn't want to miss anybody. I don't think I saw anybody. Two bingos, two bingos. Nope, I think that's it. All right. Great job. Okay, now we are coming up to my most favorite project for this entire bingo. It's one of those just subtle and gorgeous projects, and I hope you're going to love it as much as I do. Now, this was a card that I received in a swap from one of my team members, and I literally just fell in love. This was a love at first sight moment, and I hope you guys feel the same. It just was so pretty. Okay, so we're starting with our thick white card base, and then you've got a layer of white on the top. Now, the layer of white on the top is, I don't know, I just added it for an extra layer, but whatever. Meaning it's not necessarily required, but it's just so darn gorgeous. Okay, so I am actually, first of all, I'm going to grab the sample. Here we go. For me, I'm not showing it, although I did review this one in my thing this afternoon. Now, I will tell you, this is going to make you love this set a lot. So we're going to switch over to the classic cloche, not cloche, even though I feel like that this is a fancy set. It deserves that extra syllable, right? But I'm going to take this gorgeous little stamp right here and stamp that down. And then in the set are a bunch of little trees. So I'm going to take the set of 4 little trees all in one, and I'm going to use that as well. Okay, so for this, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and you could choose, there's a couple different sentiments that are very, very pretty for this one. But I'm just going to take this cute little town, the little village, the Christmas village with the church and everything. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. And I'm going to stamp that right about there, I suppose. Now I'm going to use Versamark. Now, if you have an embossing buddy, we don't carry these anymore, which I don't know why. Personally, I think it's kind of dumb, but whatever. And then I'm going to ink this up with my Versamark pad, and we're going to emboss this. Now, if you don't have powder to emboss this, that's okay. You can stamp this in smoky slate, and you will get a very similar effect. It just won't be the metallic, and that's okay. Don't worry about that. And then right under it, I'm going to stamp my warmth, joy, happiness. And then we're going to emboss both of these. I'm going to use my powder, which of course, hold on, I left it over here. Got it. I've got some silver powder, and darn it, I've been meaning to get some new powder. This powder is kind of old, and metallic powder does have kind of a shelf life. I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't always last like forever. Okay. So we're just gonna, actually, I'm gonna put a little more powder on here. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna heat this. And like I said, I don't know, my powder seems a little messed up. It's several years old, like probably 5 or more years old, to be completely honest. And it looks like it's doing okay, but sometimes it just doesn't come out quite right. I don't know how to describe it. So if you ever struggle, and I find the shelf life mainly applies to like metallic powders, not so much the white powder. Okay, so look at that. Got the shiny silver. So cute. Now we're going to take that tree die, and there's 4 little trees, and we're going to die cut that with a little piece of our silver paper. Okay, now once again, I recommend just snipping this piece out because you don't want to put a bunch of marks by running this through your machine on the rest of your sheet. So I only put through as much as I absolutely need, okay? So let me run that through quick. Okay. So now I have these super cute little trees, of which the rest are stuck to my my plate. But we've got 4. We're only going to use 3 of them. Okay. So to put this together, I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to put a little bit of my ribbon on here and just tie this on. And honestly, you can omit the ribbon if you want. It's so pretty, but ribbon also can create a little bulk. So when you're mailing a card, especially if you want to do this like for your holiday cards, this does add just a touch of bulk. It's not terrible, but you know, sometimes the post office can be picky. I think this would mail just fine, but I'm just saying. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to adhere this to my card base, and then we're also going to stamp. Or not stamp, we're going to do a couple other little touches. So I've got my 4 little trees. We're going to add 3 of them. I guess you could put one on the inside of your card too if you wanted. So I like to stick this down, and then I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to put one. Actually, I'm sorry. Before I do that, I'm going to do a little coloring. My apologies. Okay, so I want to take my light smoky slate marker, and I'm going to just color in these houses kind of in between the embossing. Just the house itself, not the roof top, because we're going to color that differently. I also don't want to color the windows because, of course, we'll leave those clear. So just a teeny tiny little bit of coloring. Like that. It's very subtle. You don't see a whole lot. Then, oh wait, I forgot this part right up here. There we go. Then, oh, and I forgot this part here. Goodness. There we go. Final answer. I've got it all. Nope. Right here. Now I'm done. I swear. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is put a tree right here. Okay. I'm going to pick up another one of these trees and position that one off to the left a little bit. So kind of off to the left and up a little right there. And then finally, I'll take a third tree and position this over to the right and up a little bit. Okay, one more step. We're going to put some clear wink of Stella on here on the rooftops where there's snow. Oh my gosh, like seriously, it's literally almost too much. So pretty. Okay, so on all of those rooftops, I've got a little clear wink of Stella. Oh. Now again, you could do this card without the ribbon. It would be just gorgeous. But I kind of liked adding just that little extra something something. So cute. Okay, so again, this was a card that Christy Madsen on my team made for our card swap, and I loved it so much. I kind of went a little crazy, and it's just so pretty. So yeah, love it so much. Wasn't that gorgeous? And it was really quick. So this would be quite a nice card to make in bulk, I think. So Linda wants something on the inside. Okay, fine. We can put something in the inside just for you, Linda. Listen, just for you. Okay, Jan asked what color embossing powder did I use, and it's silver. You could do this in gold, and that would be stunning. I don't know if copper would have quite the same effect, but yeah, those would all be really pretty, gold or silver. And again, if you don't have the embossing powder, you can stamp it in smoky slate. And I'm going to stamp the inside with smoky slate for my sentiment. So out of the same stamp set, I'm going to pull out It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, and we'll stamp that on the inside. Okay, like so. And we could take that fourth tree and stick it like right there. How about that? Oh. So yeah, this was like the best card ever. We'll make it straight and everything. There we go. So cute. Okay, we're done with our next card, so that means it's time to play bingo. Grab your numbers, ladies, and let's get this party started. Okay, all the numbers are back in my bowl. And I'm going to clean off some of my mess. All right, here we go. First number is number 9. Number 14. Woo. 21. 4. 12. Okay, I'll give you a second to catch up. Oh my gosh, Michelle already has BIN. I love it. Okay, here we go. 5. 8. 18. 'Okay. Oh my gosh, we've already got a couple bings. And for those of you who love Friends, Chandler, bing. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. 7. All right. Are you ready? 22. Ooh, I think that's a new one. I don't think we've had that yet. Michelle, I see she posted bingo. Let's take a look. All right. Let me just double check, make sure we don't have anybody else. Michelle. All right. She had 7, 9, 12, 21, and 22. She's our winner. Congratulations, Miss Michelle. Any other bingos? I don't believe I saw any more, but I just want to make sure because there are consolation prizes. Okay, she's good to go. All right, game number 3. Michelle Dadson. So, by the way, all the winners, make sure you email me your choices. I would appreciate it if you did it by Friday so we can get this show on the road. All right, it's time to make our next card. And I love this next card, like, a lot. Okay, so our last two cards are going to feature um the lady set. The delivering cheer bundle, or not bundle, it's just the stamp set. Now, I have to tell you, this is like confessions of an addicted stamper, because let's be honest, that's what's happening here. I liked this set, but I was like, you know what? I don't need this set. I really did not have any plan on getting it. But then I started seeing people make super cute stuff with it. And I was like, dang it, I got to get it. So here we go. We are going to make our last two cards. So our first card is going to be kind of a fall card with this set. And it's so dang cute. I really like this one a lot. So we're going to start with, oops. We're going to start with a soft, succulent card base. Give that a crease. And then we've got a layer of crumb cake cardstock. And this layer, we're going to add a little bit of, ooh, good, here's our piece. We also have this piece. We're going to add that to it in just a moment. But we're going to take and cut some of our DSP from this one. And we're going to take that out of our, this is Harvest Meadow DSP. So I really like this pattern. But there's also this pattern. Oops. This pattern. That would look really nice on this card as well. So you can kind of choose whatever you would like. Okay, so we're going to put this on here and we're going to cut this to be 2 inches by 4 inches. Or actually 2 inches. Yeah, 2 inches by 4 inches. Well, we'll just cut 2. 2 by 4. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is adhere this kind of to the bottom. I'm going to leave a little at the bottom. Okay. We'll adhere that. And this paper is so good for this set with this particular kind of card design. So you could make a lot of these and just kind of switch up the colors. Now I'm just going to put that little layer on here again. Excuse me. Like so. Okay, so this is going to go on our card like this. I see this is sticking out just a touch and that bugs me, so I'm going to trim it off. I don't like it when I have just a little sliver hanging off the side of my card. I like it to be nice and flush. Okay. Okay. I'm laughing. Angela's husband calls it the lady part set. Your husband must not be familiar with our actual lady part sets. We've had them before. Does anyone remember the orchid stamp set? There was a full-on lady part in that. I think it was a die cut set. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside. And then we've got a piece of Cajun craze, and then a piece of white. And on this piece, we're going to stamp our lady. With or without the parts, you be the judge. Oh my gosh, that just makes me giggle. Okay, so now we do have a variety of lady parts. I'm going to take the, yes, Angela, a little Georgia O'Keeffe is right. I'm going to take the kind of the jacket and boots with the kind of fall foliage, I guess. It is true. Once you saw it, you could not unsee it. That is 100% true. Because, you just lived your whole life thinking things were okay, and then someone told you about it, and that was it. All right. going to say, where's the rest of my set? Here we go. So I'm going to pull out those two pieces on here, and then we're going to stamp these. All right. Now what's really nice is this stamp set is super easy to stamp and very forgiving. I think it's just so easy to stamp with, which is wonderful. I'm going to use Memento once again because I'm going to color these with my Stampin' Blends. But if you want to color them in a different method, you might need to switch to a different color. And actually, I'm going to quick stamp this on here. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp this one more time. Okay, so I've got my boots, and then I'm going to add to this my my coat. And what I want to do is line up the bottom of the sleeves with the top of the coat lines, okay? And if you're really particular about this, you could definitely use a Stamparatus to help you line it all up perfectly. But this is pretty easy. Oh, I'm laughing. Heather looked up the orchids. See, now she can't ever unsee that either. And then look at that. See how easy that was? I mean, it really was. And you may be like, oh, Dina, but you're a good stamper. No, really, it's not bad at all. I'm also going to put my cloche trees away before I lose them because that would be bad. Okay, so, oh, this is so adorable. So I'm going to color these in. First, I'm going to use my succulent blends. I'm going to pull in some, let's see, Misty Moonlight blends. And probably, oh, Cajun, or Calypso Coral, sorry. Calypso Coral blends. And then I'm going to also put in a little bit of my dark Daffodil Delight. Okay, so to color this, I'm going to start with my dark soft succulent. Goodness. And I'm just going to kind of go along the lines of the coat, and then we'll sort of blend them out like so. And then also her sleeves like that. We'll take the light to blend. And then I'm giggling because y'all are Googling that orchid stamp set. Oh, it's like a train wreck. You don't want to look, but you have to. Pretty much. There's also one of my favorite quotes from a gathering of Kelly, Barb, and I at Barb's house was, there was a die. It's still in the catalog, but it was in last year's holiday catalog. There was another die that looked like another anatomical part. And one of my favorite quotes was from, I think it was Kelly, who said it looked a little E. There you go. I got to be careful because I don't want to say the words. I don't want to get, I don't want the YouTubers to get mad at me, you know. Okay, now I'm going to take my, oh, and you know what? I should have done the cuffs. Let's just quick do that. There we go. Cuffs are colored. Now I'm going to take the This is my ivory marker, and I'm going to do her legs in ivory. Now we also have bronze. If you would like a darker skin tone, you can use the bronze marker for the legs. That's totally an option. And then I'm also going to use this for that kind of paper that our stuff is wrapped in. It's really just kind of a neutral color. And I don't want to distract from the colors that we're going to do in all these little picks that are so pretty. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to take our mittens, and I know some of you are experiencing a little early winter right now, which, oh my gosh, seriously, can you believe it? There is snow in places. I'm also looking for my scrap of white because I want to see, yeah, I want that one. I'm just going to color these mittens in my Misty Moonlight. And I am just using the light Misty Moonlight for this. Okay. And then I'm going to take, and we're going to do a few of these in our dark Calypso Coral, which kind of looks like Cajun Craze. And I'm doing kind of every third or fourth one or so. Like that, and maybe one more over here. So it's really fun. So you can play with a lot of different beautiful fall color combinations. Another option would be to do like yellows, reds, purples. I think there's a lot of options. This is my dark Daffodil Delight. We'll just kind of go over these dotty looking ones. And you can see I'm just kind of like blah, 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 blah. I know it helps if you have the coordinating sounds to go with, and I don't know what that is. We're just going to add some yellow in there because it's going to look so nice with our DSP. And then we're also going to take the light, I think the light soft succulent, and do a few of these like that. I don't want that to be kind of too overpowering, so I'm going on the lighter side of this, like not coloring too much. But there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I just love that. Okay, now the other thing that I want to do is take, and there's some ground that comes in the stamp set. I forgot to stamp that earlier. Because we don't want her kind of free floating in the air. Now you can have her free floating. I'll do the next card without the ground, and then you can kind of decide which you prefer. But we'll stamp a little ground to ground her. Okay. Like that. So that she's not just floating. And then for that, I should have still out here someplace my Smoky Slate blend. Here we go. And this is the light Smoky Slate. So we'll just kind of color that. So now she's standing on the ground. Do you see how that works? So it's kind of a cool little stamp. Okay. Now we're going to adhere this. Ooh, this is not quite the right size. But actually that'll work. This is cut just a teensy bit too long. So we're going to trim that down to 4 1/8. And then it'll fit on here. Nope, we're going to trim it to 4. Sorry. I got to find a new paper cutter, I tell you. Little stinker. It's my husband, by the way. I can't complain. He works for free. He cuts my paper. He does a really good job, actually. Like I said, I can't complain, but that piece is supposed to be a little shorter. Okay, now I'm going to pop this up on here. I'm going to do it a little over to the side. And Now for this one, I'm going to go outside the stamps that I have suggested for my sentiment. And honestly, just the reason is because nothing fits like right here very well from the stamps that we have in our set. So I'm just going to pick another sentiment, and I thought I had one, but now I don't think I do. So, oh, what was I going to use? I had this all figured out and I thought I was just so clever, but I don't think I pulled the stamp. So, oh, I think I was just going to use hello. Maybe. Hold on. Oh, that is way too big. Okay. Of course, I'm looking at all my stamps. Can I find a little simple word? No. Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. I seriously can't find a word. Oh, here. The artistically inked stamp set should do it. This hello. Oh, yeah. It's gonna fit. Okay. So we're gonna stamp hello right here. And oh yeah, it is just going to fit. Whew. And I think I'm going to stamp that in Cajun Craze. You could stamp it in soft succulent. You could stamp it in black. Lots of different sentiments would work, but there we go. Isn't that just so fun? Oh, I just love this. Okay, so there's our next card, which means it's time to play bingo. So grab your numbers, my friends. I have about a zillion markers out. Just going to get those out of the way. Okay, we are playing our last game of bingo, and then we'll draw one of our winners. Yeah, see, y'all were just like me. You didn't think you needed that stamp set, and now you're sold, right? We haven't even made the super cute card yet, so hold on to your hats. Okay, so our first number is 2. And then we have 11 and 13 and 7 and 5. Okay. 24. 19. 17. 9. It's time for a big sip of my Diet Coke. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. I see some BINs. 10. 'Ooh, Angela's got BING. All right. Our next number is 22. Oh, do we have a bingo? Oh my goodness, did I miss it? My goodness, it happened so quick. Barbara. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's take a look at Barbara's numbers. Okay, Miss Barbara has 2, 5, 10, 13, and 24. She's a winner. And Angela has it too. Okay, hold on. Let me just double check. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Barbara was the first. And then Angela. Angela. There she is. Okay. Angela. She had. Wait, Angela Goodman. She had 2, 5, 10, 13, and 22. Okay, so Barbara is our winner. Okay, and Miss Barbara, you can email me your choices. Game number 4 is Barbara Pike. And then, oh, we had another Barbara, P-I-K-E. We'll put the whole name on there. And then our consolation is Angela Goodman. Congratulations, ladies. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we have one more card to make, but we also have a drawing. So I'm going to go, I got to quick actually grab the tickets for our drawing. So hold on one moment. Okay, so I've got them all in my friend's mug. So we had a bunch of people participate. We've got Debbie Lindauer, Dolores Henninger, Connie Piasecki, I think that's how you say that, Mary Schneck, Beverly Holcomb, Patricia Flanagan, Michelle Dadson, Molly Bishop, Beth Ann Halverson, Laura Roderick, Rose Spivey, Angela Goodman, Wendy Beebe, Barbara Pike, Ruth Vorel, Lori Osborne, Jill Twig, Cindy Williams, Shannon Horsch, pardon me if I'm not saying that right, and actually Shannon was not registered, so we're taking hers out. Carol Bostic, and Yvonne Betzel, and Debbie Pott. Okay, so y'all are in here, and our winner is Ready? Here we go. Yes.
Are you drawing someone?
I am. Oh. I already got it. Debbie! Congratulations. You're the winner. What's up?
Are you going to draw another?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. You wanted to draw a name?
Yeah.
Oh. So are we getting your haircut cut on Friday? That's the question.
Yeah.
Ladies, do we want to know? Are we cutting the hair Friday?
Yeah.
Yay! I'm so happy.
Do I get a mullet?
Do you get a mullet?
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Okay. These are the spikes that did it.
Those are the spikes that did it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen them before. See, I like them because these are kind of a coastal cabana and Bermuda Bay with hints of Daffodil Delight and kind of a neon pumpkin pie.
A neon pumpkin pie?
Wendy says, grow it out. Shame on you, Wendy. You know not what of which you speak.
Okay.
Monica says...
Debbie, the winner, called my shoes cute. So.
They are cute. I do like them. They're Stampin' Up! Colors. You got to like that. No. But, Wendy, it looks like you're yelling. Monica says a mullet is dorky.
No. Well,
Susan's son wants a mullet too. Yeah, no.
He's growing it out.
Oh, I know. It's killing me. You guys, it is like Sophie attacks it. If that is not a clue, a clear cut.
Izzy.
I said Sophie. Izzy. We've all done it. Oh my gosh. The other day on the live, I called her Lizzie. I'm like, that's not even close. I mean, it's close.
Mullets are regretful.
Mullets are regretful. What's a mullet? Oh my gosh. Gloria.
Let me
a mullet. No, a mullet is Business up front, party in the back. Do you remember in the 90s? What's her name?
Can we vote for the haircut? Yes.
No. No. Yes, my vote counts and cut it off. Billy Ray Cyrus in the 90s had a mullet. He was kind of the king of the mullets back in the day. A mullet is just bad. Oh, so bad.
Carl, no.
Mullets
you're too
are a
cute for one.
no-no. See, Jan knows what she's talking about. Listen to her.
Here, do you have 2 extra tickets?
And look at Monica said, "You are too cute for a mullet."
Here, okay, hold on.
No,
Let's-
you're not doing anything with these tickets.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my gosh, Lee used to perm her boyfriend's hair mullet in high school. That's so awesome. Oh yes, another famous mullet wearer would be the Tiger King.
Oh,
Do you really want to look like that guy?
no.
No.
He's like in prison, right?
He is in
It's
prison.
weird. That show's like real. That's weird.
I know, it is crazy. The Tiger King. I know, right? So Debbie, you are our final winner, so you get $100 prize as well. So email me. And Debbie was like, "You got me. Aren't you glad you played, Debbie?" So awesome. Okay. Leanne, how do you get in the drawing? So we had in your registration, we talked about Monday night mystery stamping. So that's how we got into it. And I think, Leanne, you were one of the ones who registered late today. So you couldn't have gotten in on that part of it. But that's where that comes from. We always do mystery stamping the night before. So that's kind of a fun thing to do.
All
Okay.
right. The ultimate choice.
Or no, I was
You
looking
pulled-
at what the
you-
choices.
you
I did
pulled- You
not.
pulled mullet before.
Okay. Here's the choice. No mullet. There you go.
You had your hand. That's cheating.
Carl could leave a tail. Listen, Linda. No.
Linda, listen.
She knows the Linda listen.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Oh
I get a
my
rat
gosh.
tail.
No, just okay. It's time for you to go. We have a card to finish up, and he is not helping with productivity.
Mug. Do you want this mug somewhere? I'm leaving it right here.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. All right. Love you. Good night.
Bye.
Oh, goodness. No mullet. Yikes. Okay. And braid it. Shame on you, Linda. Okay, so our final card has a card base that is Mossy Meadow. All I could think of M words were mullets. Like, it is not Mullet Meadow, it's Mossy Meadow. Oh dear. Okay. Then I also have a piece of Pear Pizzazz. And remember way back when we had this piece, this little one, we're going to stamp on that as well. We need that for this card. Okay. And then finally, we have this piece right here, which we're going to stamp. Now we're going to stamp our tree top. And you could do the dress top, the tree top, the presents. I'm sorry, the dress is the bottom. Come on, Dina, get it together. Okay, so you could do either one of the bottoms I'd say either of these two tops. It's up to you. So I think I'm going to do I guess I can do the dress. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll do the dress. Okay, where's my dress? All right, so we're going to stamp these two pieces. Let me double check that this will fit, because I actually set this up. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the boots, because that's actually what I cut the paper for, was the boots. All right, but you can kind of play with what you would like. Where did my black ink go? Oh, here it is, hiding. I always laugh because we always find stuff under something else when it's lost on my desk. Okay, so I've got my boots. The lady with the boots, and she went Christmas tree shopping. And so we're going to stamp the tree on top. I made a super cute card with the skirt and the tree on top during my live yesterday. If you caught that, it was really fun. Okay, so kind of similar to the last one, we're going to line those arms up with the edge of her jacket, and perfect. Okay, got that. Now we'll color this, and you can really color this however you want. I'm going to go with real red. Let's make sure these are both real reds, dark and light. So kind of like before. In my live yesterday, we actually paper pieced the dress. We stamped it on some DSP, and it was really cute. If I still have that, I think it's on my other table. I was going to say if I still have it, I would show it to you, but I'm almost positive it's on my other table. That's okay. By my computer, because I was writing up my blog post from yesterday's live, which is kind of unlike me. I haven't been doing that much lately. I need to get back into that. Okay, so we're just going to blend this out. I just love how easy this really is to create with. But now those presents would be fun to paper piece as well. You could really kind of have fun with that. Now our first gal with the fall kind of sprigs in her hand, she had mittens and a scarf on. This one has mittens and then a tree trunk is right there. Okay, so you can take really any brown. I've got, this is my bronze marker. Okay, and we'll put that down. Oh, the mystery stamping card. Yeah, Debbie, hold on. I bet that's on my desk as well. Well, I'll get to it. Don't worry. Okay, now my favorite part about this coloring is you just kind of scribble on some color. So this is my dark old olive. Do you see how highly accurately I am coloring this? Love that. Da, da, da. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to fill it in with our light. Okay. And this is my Stampin' Blend that's kind of dying. I need to get another set of these olives. These are one of my most used colors. So this one's really on its last legs, but I think we can get this card done with it. So cute. Now, during my live yesterday, everybody was like, put the gems on. So we did that. That was kind of going to be my big reveal tonight, but oh well. They all got me. So yes, we're going to take those gems from earlier in the show and use some of these. Okay. Yes, the Tiger King. I know, right? Oh, the Tiger King. Gosh, I'm so sad I watched that whole thing. Kind of sad. Speaking of, that's a train wreck. Like, you can't look away on that one either. Whoa. Okay, so we're going to kind of go to town with our red rhinestones on this card because they're just so cute. Okay, so I kind of have a bunch on there, but I don't even care because I love them. How adorable is that? Okay, now what we're going to do on our card. Oh, we got to cut our DSP. Goodness, I'm just so excited. Okay, so we need a piece of DSP, and you can really choose any of the patterns in your packet. Let me pull these out. So we've got all kinds of options here. We've got the striped. That might be kind of fun on this card because it kind of has both the lighter and the darker green with the red. This piece would be kind of fun on here too. So I'll put it up for a vote. Oh, but this piece would also be kind of fun. Okay, so which piece should we use? Ooh, legs and gloves. We'll get to them. Sorry, I got so excited about the gemstones. We'll color those in just a second, but let's vote. 1, 2, or 3. So stripes, green, or plaid. Stripes, green, or plaid. Stripes, green, or plaid. You vote. And I'm going to color her legs. Again, I'll use ivory, but we've also got bronze if you would like a darker skin tone. That works for that. And then her gloves, they're probably going to need to be, gosh, I think I'm going to go with red. I'm just going to go with dark red. There we go. Okay. All right. So we've got, oh dear. So we've got, I know I said two things. I said 1, 2, or 3, and then I said stripes, green or plaid. Okay, I feel like stripes is winning here as I'm looking at the ones and the numbers. Okay. So yeah, I'm with you on the stripes. Oh, but maybe this. Ugh. So cute. Actually, I'm going to overrule. It's my live. I can do it if I want to. Okay, so now we want to cut a 1 1/4 inch strip. So we're just going to have a small hunk of this going across here. Like so, pretty much, you know, in the middle, maybe a little lower than the middle, but pretty much in the middle. Ooh, someone said on the diagonal. That's a good idea. Since I just put the adhesive down, I'm a little bit committed to this, but I do like that. That would be kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to just trim this off. So you could take and put a strip going on the diagonal. That is a good idea, though. Thank you to whoever said that. I like it. If I didn't have adhesive down, I think I might have switched things up. Okay, I'm going to pop this layer up onto my card. And then we're also going to do our sentiment on here in just a moment. And our sentiment is going to fit on that little die cut label that I mentioned. And we'll use one of the ones out of this set, which is really cute. Da, da, da. So cute. And then this is going to go kind of right here. And it says, sending love and Christmas cheer. Oh, that's so nice. And we will stamp that in real red. Okay. Now this one is the smallest from the Stitched So Sweetly dies from the annual catalog. So I'm going to put a little adhesive on the sending end, and I'm going to put a dimensional on the love and cheer end, and it's going to go kind of right like that. Okay, and then we are going to attach that to our card base like this. I really like this card too. So, and I'm going to bring in all the projects we made tonight here in just a minute. And if you're watching this on the replay and would like to register, I still have a few packets left. And even though we've played bingo, the packet is an awesome deal. Whether you get to play bingo or not, I still say yes. And then I'm gonna set these out, and then I'm gonna also go run and grab the card sample from our mystery stamping, so you can see that. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, so this is our mystery stamping card. This one was, I'm pretty sure, made by my friend Barb. So I really like that. But so we have our sending love and Christmas cheer. Hello. Warmth, joy, and happiness. Oh, love that one. We've got our cupcakes and our fruitcake / Christmas pudding. It's all up to you as to what you call it. So there we go. Now, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would really rock. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There should be a little subscribe button right around here. And if you are registered, you will get a PDF with all these fabulous projects. And also, I have a couple specials to mention. So first of all, if you spend $50 in my online store, you will get the All-Star Tutorial PDF for free. If you spend $75, you will also get, in addition to the All-Star Tutorial PDF, you will also get the Genial Gems for free. I got to dig out my sheet, but here we go. So that is going on through the 20th. So free Genial Gems. It's a good deal. Don't miss out. And then also, I've got some online classes coming up this month. The Merriest Moments, Artistically Inked. And of course, you can still get in on my Sunshine and Creativity Delivered box. This month, it is Merry Snowflakes, or really any snowflake bundle that you might have will work for this. So check it all out. If you have any questions, holler. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for stamping with me. Thumbs up again would be so awesome. All-Star Tutorials, are there videos too? Yes, for all 12 projects. There's a video for each one, you bet. The links are in the All-Star Tutorial, so it's a really great deal. Okay. Well, thank you guys again so much for stamping with me. I will see you soon. Yes, if you use the host code, that would rock. I will post the link with the host code embedded in it in my video as soon as I turn this off. And let's see. Have a fabulous, fabulous evening. I'll see you soon, friends.